What is up, guys? My name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we're playing something very exciting, and that is DRAVEN. DRAVEN actually used to be my my primary ADC back in the old days when I played my old Nordic East account. I played this guy all the time. I absolutely love his gladiator skin, but also the other one, the blue one. I never remember what that one is called. I think he's called Phantom or something. I don't remember his name, but those two skins were my complete favorite skins. And yeah, this guy is a lot of fun. So what we're gonna do today is that first we're gonna talk a little bit about who this champion is for, and then we're gonna go into the nitty-gritty of his spells, how they work together, and then we're gonna get into some of the more advanced things afterwards. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes down the road, but yeah. First of all, this is a champion that if you want to play him, he's like, you can actually kind of carry pretty hard with him. The thing with DRAVEN, and this is one of the reasons why if you're good at him, you can really carry game. Actually, you can really carry games. The thing is, he snowballs really hard due to his passive that allows him to get a lot of extra gold. We'll get into just how that one works in a moment. First of all, let's talk about who this champion is for. Personally, I would not recommend this champion for somebody just getting into the game. So if you haven't played League of Legends before and you're like, I want to play ADC, then DRAVEN is probably not the champion I would go for. That's my subjective opinion. It's not the champion I would start out with, because even though his abilities appear to be fairly simple, he's probably one of the hardest ADCs to master. And the thing is that the ADC role is, honestly, it comes a lot down to positioning, and due to the way that DRAVEN's abilities work, then he basically, like, his things are just like, they force you to position sometimes in a way that is not great if you don't know how to. The thing is, you can control your axis, but we'll get into that. You can actually control somewhat where they're gonna force you to go. We'll get into that part as well. But yeah, he's a pretty hard champion. So if you are a new player, then unless you're just like, DRAVEN is the reason why I want to play League of Legends, then of course you should go for it. And maybe you're gonna find him easier, but personally, I've played ADC a lot, and yeah, this guy is hard. He's pretty hard, but you can carry super hard with him, which is really fun. But yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, for anyone that wants to play it, if you're mediocre or very experienced, go for it, or just experienced, or if you at least have a good sense of how to play ADC, then you are gonna have a lot of fun with this guy. I'm gonna promise you guys that. So that aside, let's talk a little bit about his spells. So his first spell is a League of DRAVEN, which is his passive. And I know that sounds really cool. It's because it is. It is really cool. Well, let's see if we can get a kill here. Okay, I won't be able to get that kill for now. But if she goes for it a little bit, we can actually just maybe flash play her. Okay. But his passive spell is called League of DRAVEN. And what this thing does is that it gives you some gold every time you kill a champion, and the gold is dependent on how many minions you've killed and how many axes you've picked up. So the way this works is that you get 25 gold from League of DRAVEN whenever you kill a champion, plus you get 2 gold for any minion or axe that you've picked up. So the way you can see how many stacks of League of DRAVEN you have, you can see that right here. You can see you have this thing, if you hold over, it's called adoration or whatever. I think adoration. I think that's how you pronounce it. And every time we kill a minion, you can see that we get a stack. Every time we shoot our axe and pick it up, we get an axe. Or a stack, not an axe. We get a stack. And for each of these stacks, we get 2 gold whenever we kill a player. And every time we kill a minion like this, we get a stack. Also, if you kill 6 minions in a row, without dropping any axes, then you get 2 stacks going forward. So until you drop your axe, you're gonna get 2 stacks, which is very, very cool. So let's just summarize that one real quick, because I think I made it sound a little complicated. It's really not. Every time you pick up an axe or you kill a minion, then you get a stack. If you've killed 6 minions or more, then every time you kill a minion while not dropping an axe, then you get 2 stacks. So that way you can really snowball the stacks a lot faster. So you really want to try and be farming with your axes and picking them up without ever dropping them. So personally, I like to farm just with 1 axe, so I don't have 2 axes swinging around, because it can sometimes make you a little confused, and it's going to make it a little harder to catch all of your axes. Like this, you just kind of want to go back and forth farm. Right now, in a moment, we're going to hit the 6 stacks, and we're going to start getting 2 every time. So I think we actually just hit it right around here. There we go. You can see every time we kill one now, you can see our stacks goes up with 2. Additionally, we get 1 every time we pick up an axe. So you can see just how quickly this starts to snowball. So at this point, we have 130 stacks, meaning that if we kill a player, then we get 25 gold, plus we get 135 times 2, which means we get 280 gold at this point, additional from or passive plus the 25, so we actually get like 305 gold extra from the kill. So you can just see how hard this can really pick up the pace. The thing you need to know is that with Draven, you really don't want to die. Of course, you never do want to die with any champion, but the thing is with Draven that if he dies, then he loses 75% of all of his stacks. And as you might imagine, 75% is a lot. At this point, that is a lot of lost gold, because right now we have 158 stacks, meaning that we can actually get some significant gold out of this. But yeah, that's his passive. It's kind of the thing that makes him snowball extremely hard. Okay, let's see. Be able to get a kill here. And I'm just gonna see if I can get away. Please, I don't want to die, bro. No, that was too risky. Sadly, she survived with 30 gold, but as you can see now, we lost 75%. We're down to 41 stacks. So this was a absolute huge loss for us. And as you guys know, these videos are not made to show you perfect gameplay. Right now, we're gonna go through the spells, then we're gonna get into the actual, like, we're gonna try and see if we can carry the game. But yeah, that is the passive. Your next ability is your primary ability, or it's what Draven is kind of known for. It's his swinging axes, and it's called spinning axe. Pretty simple. All this thing does is that it increases Draven's attack damage significantly, meaning that he does a lot of damage. Like this guy does. He's a beast. He's an absolute freaking beast. He does so much damage with his axes. Every time he has an active axe like we have here, when we click on Q, then whenever you shoot, the axe ricochets off its target and lands somewhere on the ground. The thing is that a lot of people don't know that you can actually control somewhat where this axe is going to land. I can say this with 100% confidence, like somewhere where it's going to land. If I click up here and click there, it's going to land over here. If I click here and go backwards, it's going to land somewhere behind me. So we do this, you can see, boom, it's going to go behind me, in front of me. So you can actually control it, the direction that you're facing, and if you're running after someone, then it's going to land in front of you. And if you're running, if you're trying to basically shoot it like this and go backwards, it's going to land behind you. So you can actually control this axe, which makes it very good, but it's something that you need to be very aware of. And this is where really good players separate themselves from not as good Draven players, because these axes, a poor positioned axe can really make everything very predictable and very easy for the enemy to kill you or catch you off guard. So it's something that you really need to be aware of. Oh, okay, let's see if we can do this. There's 4 people down here. I am not taking that fight, that is for sure. Okay. But that is basically our Q. It's the swinging axis. And one thing I forgot to mention is that you can have 2 axes active at the same time. So you can have one in each hand. Which is very, very, very good. Which means that you can have 2 axes spinning around. And you basically just like, yeah. I don't know what you call it when you do this thing where you... I don't know what the word for it is. You know the thing clowns do. Where they take the... Yeah, I know. I don't know what it's called. Okay, sorry. I hope you guys know. So you can make fun of me in the comment section. I don't mind. But yeah, that's kind of what you can do with this thing. Next up, we have Draven's W, and Draven's W is also really fun. It's also one of the things that a lot of like newer players to Draven really struggle with, and for good reason. It's not that easy. The thing is that his W gives him a significant amount of movement speed, which makes it easier to pick up your axes, but also gives you some extra attack speed. And this is really insane. The thing is with it is that every time you pick up an axe, then this cooldown or this ability gets fully reset, which is absolutely insane. This means that you can very easily pick up your axes by using this one, and it catch up to your enemies. It makes you able to really kite, but it is something that you're really going to consume a lot of mana as you spam this. So it's something you just need to know. One thing that a lot of people don't know, and it actually doesn't say it in the spell description, but it's something that you need to know as a Draven player. I think I'm guessing that most people, even main Dravens, don't know this, but your W actually allows you... Whoop. Let's see if we can get this. Just kept this kill, and then we can... Whoop. Most Draven players don't even know this, but your W actually allows you to walk through minions. You can see right here, if we go through, let's see if we can kind of fake it. But it allows you to basically ghost through minions, which is very, very nice. And it doesn't say it in the description, which is kind of weird, but you can see that if I do this, I'm going to run straight through, and afterwards you can see it kind of just goes around, even though I'm clicking the same places. So your W also allows you to just run through minions instead of running around them. Kind of like Phantom Dancer did in the good old days. I don't think that one does it anymore, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it allows you to just run straight through your enemies, which is absolutely insane. Also your own minions, for that matter. So yeah, that's a very, very cool spell. And yeah, that's a nice little thing about that. It doesn't even say in the tooltip, but yeah, here you guys go. So next up, let's get this, and let's get ourselves a control ward. Next up, we have our E, and our E is called Stand Aside, which is cool. Stand aside. Stand aside, what this thing can do is that he basically, Draven throws out, I guess it's also axes that he like kind of throws to the sides or forward, which looks like this. Boom. And he throws both axes, and these axes give a decent amount of damage, not like a ton, but they give a little bit of damage. Also, they knock people aside. Do remember that this knock that they do where they pushes the enemy, actually it works such that like it's a crowd control, which means that whenever a enemy is hit by this, then even though the time they are knocked up, like they're not knocked up for very long, like they don't fly that long, but they are actually unable to do anything during that time. So it's something that you need to be very, very aware of. So if you do this, you can see Teemo was unable to do anything as he was in the air from the E. Even though it's very, very short, it is very usable. So it's something you want to think about. The thing with Draven's E, and this is where a lot of people fail with it, is that they throw it reactively. And what I mean with this is that Draven's actually... Whoop. There we go. The thing with Draven's E is that most people throw this thing reactively, meaning that that they throw it whenever they're like, oh, I need to knock people to the side now during combat. And whenever you do this, whoop, let's see if we can kill this guy. Okay. Okay, my flash was completely over the edge, and I'm not really sure what Galio did there either, but I like it. So I think from now we'll just back off. But most people throw this E reactively, and that's not what you want to do. You want to throw this predictively. And why, you may ask? Well, the reason for this is that if you throw this one reactively, meaning that, okay, oh no, this guy is attacking me now, let me throw it and then fully commit, then that's really not ideal. The reason for this is that, let's get this, there we go. The reason for this is that whenever Draven throws these axes, he's actually unable to do auto attacks in the meantime. So doing this, you actually lose some of your uptime, and it kind of deletes the point of using it, unless it's gonna make you avoid an ability like Lux throwing a spell, and by pushing her aside just before the spell, well, then you avoided the damage. Of course, that's still gonna be worth it, but ideally what you want to do is that you want to throw it predictively. This means that, let's say that I want to fight this Teemo, then I throw my E before attacking him, or just as I get within his range, before he starts firing at me. We want to start... we kind of want to use this in a way where we don't need to stop our own auto attacks. We're kind of gonna use it as a measure for giving ourselves the chance to set up a good kill. That's kind of the point of it. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that your E, actually the stand aside, also has a slight slow onto your enemy. So it's something you do want to keep in mind. It is very, very useful. I actually need to start warding. See. Not gonna chase. We know she's there. Okay, so there's a lot of people down here right now. Let's just chill out. But yeah, that's your E. That's all that thing does. I know it sounds a lot more complicated than it is. All it does is just throw this axe. It pushes people to the side of either side. So if you hit it on the left side, Teemo's gonna go left, and if you hit it on the right side, he is gonna go to the right. Like, it's basically just, if either side, it's gonna push it to that side of the axe that hits it, or like, yeah. I guess you guys kind of get the point. Your next ability is called Whirling Death. I think that's how you pronounce it. And well, it is kind of what it does. It is a spell that is absolutely insane as a gap closer. The thing that most people struggle with is actually using it in a way where they hit the axe both going forward and backwards. So let's just first kind of show how this spell works. And I'm sorry I'm losing a couple of axes. I am trying to keep focus on talking. But the thing is that whenever you throw his ult, what this thing can do is that it takes two axes that just start spinning, and honestly it can spin until the map ends, and backwards. So it goes both all the way down to the end of the map and back until it either hits a champion, or till you click on it again, or if you set a shorter range. So the thing is that this is kind of, let's see if we can, I'll just take Smartcast off. You can see I can actually put it anywhere, and it's gonna just roll from my character to whatever end point I set. And if I click the ability again while it's rolling, it's gonna roll back. The thing is, if it hits anything on the way, it's gonna do 8% less damage, up to a minimum or a maximum of 40% decreased damage. But the decreased damage from this one is only decreased until the axes start rolling back, and then it's gonna reset. And then if it hits targets again, it's gonna get lowered. So ideally, you don't want to hit minions or anything else on the way. You kind of just want to make it hit the champions directly and go back. This is, of course, very rarely the case that you'll be able to do this. Pretty often there is going to be minions or something else in the way. So what are you going to do then? Well, ideally what you want to do is you want to aim your ult directly onto the target. and then you want to click your ult again such that it starts rolling back just as the enemy just as it hits the enemy, meaning that you're gonna deal decreased damage from the what do you say, like the way out, and it's not gonna affect the way in. See if we can get some heat. Oh, I actually missed that. We can get that kill. I have not played this great at all. While we're standing here, we're just gonna make sure we lifesteal away back up again. So you do want to try and make it roll back. The thing with your ult is that when you throw it and you click it again to make it go back, then it actually first slows down, meaning that it goes a little further before going back. And this makes it kind of hard to hit this spell such that it just goes over them and then like it goes back straight as it hits them, because it is going to go a little further. The way to get like avoid this and actually have like perfect access is using your mini map. And this sounds kind of weird, and I'll see if I can show you guys. I haven't played this guy so much as I used to back in the day lately, but I'll see if I can do it anyway. The idea is that what you do is that you look at your map when you click your ult, and then you can see the ult rolling on the map, and as you see the ult reaching the icon of whatever player you're aiming at, then you click it again, and then it should more or less hit with perfection, or at least start rolling back with more or less perfection. So we'll see if we can do it. We need a little bit of longer range. We can try it somewhere around here. You can see it rolling and click on. You can see it hits it straight on the target back and forth. That's ideally what you want to do. This was kind of an inch off, but yeah, I haven't done this for a while, so forgive me, but I guess it kind of shows the point. So look at your minimap, click the ult again to reactivate it, making it go backwards just as the axis on the minimap reaches the icon of the target you're aiming at. But yeah, that is kind of that part of Draven. He's a kind of weird champion, but he's a really fun champion to play. And as I said before, you can really hard carry with this guy. Whoop. I need to get out of here. And I think we're going to go back. We can get ourselves an Infinity Edge. We're starting to become really strong and at this point. And this is going to get really fun as we get ourselves a rapid fire cannon after this item. So don't worry. This will be really fun. Let's get this. Let's start building. I think we'll actually start off with the extra crit. There we go. So far so good. Our score is decent. Like, considering the fact that I'm not really that focused on the game, then this is going somewhat decently. Let's see. What else are we missing to talk about? Let's just shortly summarize everything that you need to know about Draven. His passive really makes him snowball due to the League of Draven giving you extra gold. Your Q deals a ton of damage. Your W resets every time you pick up an axe, making you able to just chase down anyone, dealing a ton of damage, get extra attack speed, etc. Your E enables you to either use it as a reactive thing that you can just, oh god, I need to dodge this, or you can use it or you can use it such that I don't have any active axes. Now I do. See if we can do something here. I'm just gonna try and see if I can get a little bit of health back. Or you can use it react or predictively, which is the idea. Whoop. Dang it. Or you can use it predictively, which is the base idea. That's really what you want to go for. Ideally, because that way you get less downtime on your damage. One thing that you also need to know is that you always want to use your like, imagine you have 2 axes running, or just one for that matter, and you're about to drop an axe. Well, what do you want to do? You have 2 options. Either you can click Q again to reactivate an axe and refresh the duration of the axe, or you can use your W in order to reach that axe that you are almost gonna miss. Well, I think most people probably will tell you use your Q. That way you get a new axe, you refresh the duration. The answer to that question is actually no. You want to use your W. And for what reason, you may ask? Well, the reason for this is that refreshing it takes up twice as much mana as just using your W to get the movement speed and reaching the axe that you're almost about to drop. Of course, if you don't have the option of reaching your axe with your W, then use your Q, obviously. But otherwise, use your W to reach the axe. It is going to be much more useful for you. All right, we're just going to throw that guy out of his own ult such that we can kill him. Gonna have a look here. I'm going to be able to hopefully kill that Teemo. There we go. Oh, come on. That was super painful. Honestly, that's my own fault. Yeah. Now that we've explained more or less everything there is to know about the basics of Draven, let's just try and kind of play him, and we'll see if we can actually do well. We've not been doing too bad. Like, I've not been playing well, but like our stats are fine, I guess. we're not doing that terrible. Also, now we're getting our rapid fire cannon, which makes everything a lot more fun with Draven, because now we can we can take our axes, throw them right in their face, and laugh. That's what we can do. So let's do that. But yeah, as you guys see now, we have an insane amount of range on our first every time this rapid fire cannon recharges, which is gonna make things really, really fun for us. But yeah. Overall, Draven's kit is really, really fun. He does require some practice. The thing that does require the most practice after in my opinion, is the placement of... Let's kill this guy. Is the placement of his axes, because this is somewhat tricky. A lot of people, as I said, probably don't know that you have the ability to kind of control where your axes are gonna go, or at least in what direction. So it is something that you kind of want to really learn. Let's see if we can get some damage off on some of these squishies. If we can hit... Ooh, that was painful. Well, I think I'm gonna go heal up. Also, a fun thing about Draven, he has a lot of lifesteal whenever you rush this Bloodthirster. It is a lot of fun. He can really heal up to max health really, really fast. But yeah, as you get into mid and late game, you really want to focus on keeping your axes up during team fights, because it is a little tricky. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of is. I've actually completely forgot to put any wards throughout this game, but we'll just kind of ignore that. Like, I'm not playing these games to show you guys that I'm amazing at the game. That's not the point. The point is just to kind of showcase the champion, showcase the tricks you can do with him. Oh, actually, that reminds me. You can do tricks with his ult, which is really, really fun. You can also do it with his E. Of course, you can flash E. You can actually kind of cancel the animation. We can do that here. It cancels the animation somewhat. I kind of missed it anyway, but yeah, you guys get the point. You click your E before flashing, and then you flash. And what this does is that it cancels the animation of your E, making it go off more or less instantly, which is really, really, really nice. You can also use flash in combination with your ult, such that you cancel the animation on your ult by clicking ult flash. This is really nice, but the most usable thing with flash, like flash plays with Draven, in my opinion, is combining it with your ult on the way back. So let's imagine that you don't hit these perfect hits where your ult hits a target and goes back right at the same time, such that it like is 100% hit on both ways. Well, what you can do... Oh god, I'm probably dead here. Yep. was not looking at the map at all. But what you can do is that you can actually, let's say you throw your ult and it hits, let's say this is a champion. Well, or ult goes past here, or maybe it goes from the side here. This guy kind of moves. What you can do is that you can flash in order to change the direction of your ult. Such a, like if you were standing here, or maybe here, you put your ult there, and then you flash over this edge here, then it's going to go back this way. So it's kind of, you can change the direction of your ult by flashing when you pull it back. I know it sounds kind of complicated. It really isn't. It's just a nice way of redirecting your ult and doing a significant amount of damage with it. So I think now we're gonna go Guardian Angel, just because I haven't been too focused, and I kind of just want to ensure that that we win. And I feel like Guardian Angel against these guys are going to be really nice. And then we'll get something. Could also get a Quicksilver Sash. I think we'll get that as the next item, because I'm not a super big fan of dying all the time, or getting stunned for that matter. All right, so see if we can group with our team and finish this game. Shouldn't be too hard. I can get to that guy right there. It's gonna get a good hit. All right, let's try and form a backline behind our team. Also, one cool thing about Draven, his voices. They're really, like, he just sounds like he got, like, he figured out life. That's what he did. All right, so where are we gonna go? Who should we rely on? We need to rely on this Rengar, I guess. Let's go to him. Or does he... Okay, he's just running around the jungle for now. I just kind of want to go into a team fight, and we'll finish that. And then we'll be in a good spot. But yeah, Draven, also, just let's go back to talking a little bit about the early game. Draven, due to the significant amount of damage he has... Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting a little impatient, and that's my fault, but getting a little impatient that we're not just grouping and pushing or going for an objective. Right now, we're just kind of twirling around the map doing nothing. But yeah. Can you come Nash? Sure. Let's go Nash as soon as we spawn. If they're not dead before that. They might actually win this fight. And they might not. So 2 for 2 so far. Or 2 for 1 actually. Alright. I think we'll just go for Baron now. Let's go Baron and just kind of focus for a second. So I'm gonna try and kind of talk a little bit less just for a second and see if we can focus up a little bit such that we win this. But I hope overall that so far this has given you kind of an idea about like how Draven works, what you want to focus on. As I was saying, in the early game, you really want to try and focus on getting as many stacks as possible, meaning that you want to pick up your axes repeatedly, such that you kill 6 minions while keeping your axes in the air, and then keep just farming while not dropping your axe. In my opinion, it is better to miss a minion than drop an axe if you are over 6 in a row, because you're going to be able to make up that gold if you're good at farming with it, and if you never like drop your axes, then yeah, if you get a kill, you're going to be able to make it up. That is a preference, of course, and it does require you to be pretty consistent with picking up your axes, because you still do need to pick up 10 axes in order for it to be worth it for 1 minion. So that's something you gotta kind of keep in your head and be real with yourself about how many axes you actually get. Oh yeah, cool trick. You can actually stand sometimes in some of these. Let's see, I think it's here. Right here, you can basically stand and you can auto attack and just spam your W or just keep repeatedly out attacking, and the axes will always land on top of you, which is super cool because it means that you never have to move. It's something you can also take advantage of is sometimes throughout a game. With a bit of luck, if you're standing in a good place where you can use the wall, then you can also use it during team fights to just basically spam out damage if people are in your range. But this is very situational and something that it's nice to know. You can do the same thing in the Dragon Pit. You can use these edges to make the axis force to land right on top of you. But yeah, that's kind of that portion. So let's see if we can group up now. I don't want to get hit anymore by that Zoe, because that's kind of it's been kind of annoying. New Drake is coming up in 7 seconds. Oh. I don't think they're looking at their base. Have a feeling that they're not looking at their base. Oh my god. I'm dead. 100%. I'm gonna respawn though, which is cool. This is not cool. This is not cool. Go Rengar. Go, buddy. Kitty cat, I believe in you. I believe in you, buddy. Yes. Yes. Yes, kitty. Yes. Go for it. GG. Definitely all on me. So yeah, that's how you carry with Draven. No, I'm kidding. I didn't really carry this game, but I hope this kind of good, like, shows you the idea behind Draven, how his spells work together, what he can do, and basically just how powerful he can be. Like, you guys probably saw the damage I could do at the end there. Like, even though I've not really been doing an amazing job in this game, and that's not the point, as I've said, the point is just to kind of showcase everything you can do with him. And I like to do it in these live commentaries. A lot of people have been asking me, why don't you do these like kind of post commentaries? And honestly, it's because I kind of like being a little bit real with you guys. This, like, these kind of games as I had here is probably what you can expect unless you're a very experienced player. This is what you can expect from your, yeah, like starting out with him. You're not going to be going 20-0. But having a game like this is very much, yeah, it's very likely. I'm not saying it is what's going to happen straight away, but it's very likely that you're going to be able to pull something like this off fairly soon, because this is not amazing gameplay, but it just kind of shows. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a thing or two about Draven. And if you didn't, then at least had a bit of fun with it, because I thought it was fun. I hope you thought it was fun, because that's really what I'm trying to do with these guides, is kind of mixing like educational content with a little bit of fun, a little bit of commentary, a little bit of me. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it and really want to support me, then make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out a lot. It ensures that this video comes out to as many people as humanly possible, and that is the way our channel is going to grow. So I really would appreciate it if you would smash that like button. And yeah, if you are not already, then make sure you subscribe underneath and show your support. It really does mean the world to me. It shows me that you guys like the content I make, and yeah, it's a really nice thing to do. So do it, please. No, being real with you guys, thank you guys so much for subscribing. It has been insane to see all of the support we've gotten lately. My channel's been growing with almost 1,500 subs a month currently, which is like stupidly a lot. I don't know if you can say that, but I just did. But it's a lot, so thank you guys, and make sure you put the notification bell on as well. But that is going to be it for this video. I'll stop it right there before I go out on another sidetrack. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.